everybody, welcome to this week's version of Full Force, and we are going with Dinos. Green, red, white Dinos was the winner. So cards that we're looking for, honestly, Territorial Hammer Skull's way up there. This card's been quite good. New Horizons seems like it'd be pretty decent because we're going to want to have a bunch of different colors of mana. Putting +1/+1 counters on things is definitely useful. However, there is a Conqueror's Garrison, and this card just seems absolutely bonkers. I mean, it's very, very hard to stop from attacking, and once it attacks, you immediately get the Conqueror's Foothold. So you don't need to actually hit a player, you don't need to do anything special with it. I mean, it's got 10 toughness, so pretty tough to deal with there, and I think that it's just kind of good. So I'm going to take the Conqueror's Galleon, and I'm going to see what happens with that. It goes in every deck, and maybe I'll wheel a New Horizons. But let's snap this bad boy off. And now we've got, ooh, Vanquisher's Banner. All right, we're going to try and get all the dinos that we can. So I'm going to take the Vanquisher's Banner. I have seen it do some work. It's also been a little bit clunky sometimes. I feel like in the Dino deck, we're going to be a slow enough deck to try and take... We're at least going to try to be a slow enough deck to take advantage of it. Really hoping that we get one of these New Horizons back. There's some decent dinosaurs. I've liked the Shining Aerosaur decently enough. It's good if we can get the Horizons as well. Putting a +1/+1 counter on it's nice. 4/5 flyer is good. Gets it past all the Grazing Whiptails and other air elementals and things like that that other people can have. Let's grab the banner. So far they're colorless, which is pretty sweet. Raptor Hatchling has been very good. It's a super annoying card. Spike-tailed Ceratops is certainly not bad. I kind of like this because early game, it just stops everything. Nobody wants to attack into it. And then later on, if you can put a +1/+1 counter on it and maybe get it to live, enrage it once or twice, like, it just gets silly. Very, very hard to do that, but even just as a 2-mana, bump it into a 3/3, it's just really, really frustrating to play against. So I'm going to snap that off. Sleek Schooner is cool. Pillar of Origins can get us the dinosaurs that we need. Of course, the problem is that you can only get it for creature spells. So I'm not... Even if we manage to get a lot of dinosaurs, I'm actually not sure that that's what we want to do. Sure Strike is okay. Looming Altasaur does a really good job of just stopping everything, which might be the best option for us. We've got a little bit of a slower deck right now, I think. With Conqueror's Galleon and Vanquisher's Banner, we want to get the maximum value here. So let's just Looming Altasaur. I feel like Conqueror's Galleon is insane and sealed. I'm not sure where it's going to land in draft. This format's felt pretty aggressive to me. Again, I feel like a lot of the formats recently have been very aggro-focused. They're definitely trying to just bash in a lot. I don't think it's Amonkhet fast, but it has seemed a little bit faster to me. Stormfleet Aerialist is okay. Watertrap Weaver is quite good. There's the Skyblade of the Legion, which is certainly not terrible. This kind of blocks everything. We learned a while back that... Oh, what was it? It was Seacoast Drake, I think, was the 1/3 for blue. With flying, we learned a while back that that's just kind of a decent limited card. Not amazing, but in a lot of formats it's really good because it just blocks really well, and it can just chip in for little bits of damage when it needs to. I might take the Sunrise Seeker, though. I'm going to snap this off. I like the Explore mechanic. We need a little bit of later game stuff. I'm not certain I'm really interested in the 1/3 yet. This is a bad sign, because we haven't been grabbing a lot of dinosaurs, so it looks like it's starting to get taken. Pterodon Knight is very cool. Grazing Whiptail's nice. Problem is it's double green. Right now we're just white and red, so I think we want to take the Pterodon Knight, and if we end up not being green or splashing green, it makes it a little bit easier. Of course, the problem is this is not actually a dinosaur, and it needs a lot of dinosaurs to work. Currently, we only have 2. If we continue to not take dinosaurs, I'm going to be in some trouble. Vanquish the Weak is easily the best pick in the pack, by the way. This card's great. I'm going to take... I'm going to take the Grazing Whiptail. I talked myself into it. This is full force. We've got to take some dinosaurs. Let's take some dinosaurs. Stormfleet Arsonist. That's a decent card. I'll just snap that bad boy off. Woo! That is a late Deadeye Plunderers. Hierophant's Chalice to ramp us up. Probably not the worst plan. I don't love it, but kind of don't have a better option. So Chalice it is. New Horizons came back. None of the other dinos did. Crushing Canopy is actually pretty decent. I've seen it be useful a few times. There's a lot of different enchantments that are pretty good in this format. Things like One with the Wind and Mark of the Vampire are pretty annoying, so it's good to have it. Unknown Shores might be useful because we're going to have a bunch of different colors. Fire Shrine Keeper is okay, but you've got to go really late game. I think I take the Unknown Shores. Blinding Fog, just for our colors. Sentinel. Dinosaurs have been very cut off now. I feel like a lot of people play dinosaurs. So it's a good idea to almost stay away from it right now. Not that the archetype is bad, but just that it has really felt closed off in almost every draft that I've done. People want to play with big, stompy dinos, and it's hard to convince them they shouldn't. All right. What do we get here? I would love to see a Carnage Tyrant. There we go. Let's... Carnage Tyrant Jam. That's what we're hoping for the next pack. All right, and now what do we have? We've got Repeating Barrage, which is quite good, and Fire Cannon Blast, which is good, but not as good as Repeating Barrage, I would say. There's Rummaging Goblin, which is very nice. Ixalan's Diviner can be pretty decent. I like the early Explorers, and it blocks really well, too. A 1/4 is awesome if you manage to hit a non-land. And if you're hitting a land, well, you're drawing a card. So, not too bad either way. Legion's Judgment, people have been really saying that you should sideboard. I don't know if I feel the same way yet. I'm going to take the Repeating Barrage, almost certainly, because this card seems great. We need the Rudy Tooty Point and Shooty. And, ooh, Skin Shifter. Skin Shifter is a thing. The problem that I have with Skin Shifter is that you have to have a really big dinosaur out already. And then it's awesome, but you already have a big dinosaur out. I'm not sure that you need anything else. Fiery Cannonade looks amazing. Does hurt ourselves too. Obviously, we're going to have some number of little creatures, but right now we don't actually have any real early games, so just wiping out early stuff is nice. Colossal Dreadmaw is a dinosaur, though, and we really need dinosaurs. Very desperately. So I'm not sure if I want Dreadmaw or Cannonade. Emissary of Sunrise is great, but just not... It's not fitting in the same way that these are. We really need these to work. This is a tough one. Colossal or Fiery? Man. I like both of these. Fiery Cannonade is very interesting. I kind of want the Dreadmaw, though. I'm just worried that we don't have any big dinosaurs yet, and I have this Vanquisher's banner I want to take advantage of. I'm going to slam it. Ooh, Lightning Strike. That's looking pretty good. Is there anything else that I want? Ravenous Daggertooth could be okay. I would like a little dinosaur here, but I think Lightning Strike is enough better that I just take that. Now, Emergent Growth's not great. Frenzied Raptor is a dinosaur, so that could be our choice. Commune with the Dinosaurs is pretty good. Commune with Dinosaurs is fine. I think that I just need to take an actual dinosaur, though. And I need some stuff that can attack so we can get raid on Repeating Barrage. So we'll take the Frenzied Raptor and hope that works out. Trove of Temptation. I've heard a lot of good things about this. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. We have a Tilonali's Knight, which is decent with all of the dinosaurs. Thrash of Raptors, which I think is better with all of them. Shining Aerosaur is okay. Dinosaur Stampede's quite good, but we're not that aggro-focused. We're more late-game dinosaurs. I feel like Trove of Temptation is where we're supposed to go. I'm not sure if that's correct, but I'm going to try it out. People keep telling me Trove is insane. It does look like it ramps you a lot, and it forces really bad attacks a fair amount of the time, so I think that that's enough reason to slam it here. Ooh, Dark Nourishment is really cool. That art, though. Ugh. I'm going to take the Sun-Crowned Hunters. Another dinosaur. It's not amazing, but it is big. We need some big things. It looks pretty good. Ooh, Pounce is awesome. Definitely like Pounce. And it's really cool with Enrage if we can get that going. Fortunately, we don't have any amazing Enrage cards to use with Pounce yet, but Pounce is just a great card. And this kind of deck is where we want it. Swashbuckling. We have some swashbuckling dinos. We don't need Skyblade. We don't really need Vampire Zeal. Blinding Fog we already have, and it doesn't look very good anyways. I think I could take the Skyblade just to have a 1-3 early on in the game. It might be better than Swashbuckling. I'm going to take the Skyblade. It does send a little bit of an awkward signal because we don't need to cut white too much, but we'll test it out here. Wily Goblin actually seems decent because we want to be able to ramp up to the dinosaurs. Rummaging Goblin is excellent, though. Because then when we're late in the game, we can just get whatever we want. This deck might not need that, though. This deck already has Vanquisher's Banner and the Conqueror's Galleon. It's kind of digging a lot already. I might just want to ramp. I really need some 2s, and I kind of want to ramp up. All of our important cards are 4 and up. Ooh, Nest Robber. Yeah, there's a dinosaur. Rallying Roar actually is pretty decent. You need a lot of creatures, but I've been blown out by it already. It is a combat trick, and it's a really scary one when they've got a decent board. Dual Shot. I've heard Cobbled Wings is better than normal, and I think that it's pretty decent here. I've seen a lot of decks have problems with flyers, but Dual Shot can be surprisingly effective, so I'm going to jam with that. Emergent Growth. That could be good. I'm not going to play a second Unknown Shores, so I might as well just cut the color anyways. Maybe we can get a Watley. Watley again would be really nice. Alright, give us Watley number 2. I'd settle for the Carnage Tyrant that I was asking for. Or Burning Sun's Avatar. There's a few things. I could want. Any of the avatars seem pretty decent. Waking Sun might be tough. The white one is gonna be a problem. I don't think we have enough white to actually do that. New Horizons or not. Sun Petal Grove. That does do some good fixing for us. Air Elemental's really nice. Snapping Sailback is pretty good. I think that I like the Snapping Sailback. The Sun Petal Grove is nice. I'm not sure how much white I'm actually playing, and we do have the New Horizons already, so it's not super necessary. And Snapping Sailback has seemed just awesome. I haven't had a chance to really play with it, but it's very scary. Like, 4/4 is big. It's already pretty decently costed. A 4/4 for 5 is around where you want to be. Flash is great on it. So, I mean, like, 4/4 for 5 with Flash seems like it'd be pretty good. And because you can automatically get the Enrage if you're flashing it in a lot of the time, it just seems very terrifying. Now another Pounce. And we do have a good Enrage now. There's a Steadfast Armisar, which this card seems really good. Problem is, like I said, I don't have a lot of reason to be white. And I like the card, but there's that Pounce, too. I'm going to take the Pounce. Trove of Temptation, number 2. Another Thrash of Raptors, though. I'm going to take the Thrash this time. I like Trove. I wanted to try it out. It does look like a decent card, but I need some more dinosaurs to work with the Vanquisher's Banner. This is a great card to work with other dinosaurs. It's just aggressively costed if you have enough. And I wouldn't mind just some more critters here. We only have 9. Kali Honor Guard. Not exactly the card that I want. I could take this Paladin. Paladin is okay on a splash. Suncrowned Hunter is number 2. I'll take the Suncrowned. Hope that I have enough ramp to get there. Maybe I can get another Lightning Strike to help us on the early game, or a New Horizons. Shapers of Nature. Ooh. pretty good card. However, I'm going to take this Ixalan's Diviner. I want the early game. I want more creatures. It kind of fills all the roles. Might just draw some cards, which we want to do. Get some extra lands. Little early exploration seems pretty good for us. Ooh, Rummaging Goblin. For late in the game, we need some extra gas. Rummaging Goblin's always a decent one to have. It's also pretty value with the Repeating Barrage because we can discard it and then raid it back. So really, really expensive way to get value, but we've got some expensive ways to get value already. So if we're trying to do that, maybe we can do it with Rummaging Goblin too. Crash the Ramparts. This is a great combat trick. +3/+3 and trample is nasty. Brazen Buccaneers could be okay. I do only have 13 creatures, so we probably need something else. As much as I like the idea of Crash the Ramparts, I think that I'm just going to need the Brazen Buccaneers. Another Crushing Canopy. Really good for the sideboard. I don't mind having two. Another Crash. Cool. Is just big, big. River Herald's Boon, which is not going to make it into our deck because we don't have any Merfolk. It's not unplayable without Merfolk, but you probably want some. We already have a dual shot, right? I might want more dual shots, though. I don't think I'm ever going to want two Prying Blade. Well, I'm never going to want a Prying Blade. Not in this deck. Prying Blade does have its place, but not here. Trove of Temptation number 2. Well, I'm going to revel in some riches, I guess. See what we can do. I think that the Hierophant's Chalice can come out. The card's not particularly exciting or good. Really just to ramp up to some of these giant dinos, and I think that there's a lot better ways to do that and try that style of thing. Probably cut one Trove, just because we need to have 14 creatures. I don't think it's reasonable to go less than that. And we have a lot of 4-drops. So cutting like a Crash the Rampart seems weird. Alright, looks like we have our deck. Just sort this. We ended up with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dinosaurs. Not amazing, but not terrible. Vanquisher's Banner could definitely be doing more work. I ended up with a Merfolk deck that had 14 Merfolk at one point. So it's fine. I mean, I think that 8 things to work with it is decent enough to keep the banner. So we'll sort by color. We're definitely going to want more mountains. I do not need this Unknown Shores because we're not going to be making any white mana. And I'm going to go 9-8 instead of 10-7. The main reason being that we want to get Ixalan's Diviner fairly early, and we also have this New Horizons that can fix for red. So that'll help us a little bit with the double red costs, things like the Repeating Barrage and the Sun Crown Hunters. And yeah, this looks pretty good. I'm going to send it, and we'll see how we do.